Hi, everybody. It's Caleb. Um, I hope everybody had a good semester. It's been very weird and anything but normal. I hope everybody's been adjusting to online classes and everything that's going on with in the world. I wish everybody good luck on upcoming finals and past finals as well. Fingers crossed. And a happy holidays. I hope that everybody is able to see some family, kind of just escape the world as it is right now and just enjoy some good quality family time. For the first question, what was I looking forward to in this course? I was looking forward to learn, obviously more about race and, specifically how it shapes our country, especially with everything that's been going on the past year, with protests and, BLM, the election. It was kind of perfect timing to take this course and really dive deep into history of race and how that relates to today. So that's one I was really excited to learn about that. I did find a lot of helpful information that pertains to race, like race conceptualization, the different classification systems in different countries, the history of the U.S. Census and race categories were very interesting to learn about. We know that it still needs major improvements and, to be inclusive to all. For the second question, what I got most out of this course is kind of how racism affects minorities, especially African Americans, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Though one topic that stands out to me is microaggressions. The three categories of microaggressions is like micro assaults, micro insults, and micro invalidations. I've known about microaggressions. I've felt what they are. I've experienced it. What I didn't know is the classifications of microaggressions and how specific you can get with the different types of microaggressions. Micro assaults, I think today in today's time is less common than micro insults and micro invalidations. That may be because it's like the old ways of racism, like being very blatant, very open, very kind of like wow, Micro insults and micro invalidations are like kind of the more modern racism that we learned about, which is more hidden and more complex. I also think it's more hidden because it's less likely to be called out, especially if it's for maybe a colleague or a friend or even a classmate. I feel like as a minority myself, where I'm a little scared sometimes when I hear something that I believe is a microaggression, or I could kind of infer the intent of the comments, or even if it's not intentional, if it's like accidental. I'm scared of like kind of confronting that because I'm left in a state of, was it a microaggression? Am I overthinking? Is this person gonna feel offended if I say it's a microaggression? And that kind of leads me into the third point of what I'm struggling with and what I like to learn more about is kind of just learning how to have an actual conversation with someone that doesn't agree with me. Let's say they are on the opposite side of the political spectrum that I am on, and they don't believe that they are a racist, because that's a very hard and harsh term to be labeled as, but they are displaying some racist tendencies, or even talking like giving out microaggressions, or just they're being microaggressive. Um, I'm struggling on whether or not to take the risk in having that conversation. Um, I've had family that I've been scared to have the conversation with, and families that are supposed to be the ones that you're able to talk to. So for it to be like a classmate, a colleague, stranger, I'm struggling whether to risk my emotional well-being. As I said before, like, was it a microaggression? Am I overthinking? And there's like a fear of like them denying it and maybe even becoming aggressive to me calling it out or even wanting to have a conversation about race. I'm struggling because there's like a lot of talks about race, yet I feel like it's still semi taboo to have a conversation with someone that doesn't agree with you. Everyone's having conversations with people who agree with them because it's easy. It's easy to talk to people who agree with you. I want to learn more on how to facilitate a conversation, maybe between two people, maybe between myself and someone else, who doesn't agree with me. What steps can I take? How can I approach it? What topics do I say? What topics do I avoid? That's kind of what I'm struggling with still, and what I would love to learn more about. For the fourth question, I chose my interest is stress reduction, specifically mindfulness meditation, and it's for those African American boys in racial socialization intervention. I would like to use mindful meditation as a means for them to cope and regain composure. Racial socialization is an intervention that helps African American boys identify their own stress levels, locating the stress in their body, being able to communicate their feelings, and one of the most important things is being able to use wit and humor to address tense situations that are usually racism encounters. This intervention is used to help African American boys who maybe usual response is anger and possibly aggression towards these racist encounters. So taking that jump from wit and humor from being angry is kind of hard. It's a hard leap to take, and I believe that stress reduction, mindfulness meditation would probably help bridge that gap for many, if not some. Mindfulness meditation is a practice of bringing one's attention to the internal and external experience occurring at the present moment. One of the steps includes closing your eyes and relaxing. It's easier said than done, but pretending that you are in your home or a very safe space. And then along with that, you're aware of your breathing. It's an anchor when your anger starts to arise or negative thoughts start running through your mind. You would want to do this for at least 5 minutes, and just continuously being mindful of your breathing and not allowing that anger to take a hold of you. I think this would help because it would help them recollect and remember the racial socialization intervention. It would help take steps to respond positively and without anger. And that's the end of my question 4. I hope everybody's had a good experience in this class. I've loved learning and reading your discussions. It's definitely opened my mind, and I've loved this course, and I wish everybody good luck in the future. Bye everybody.